Welcome back to What I Wish I Knew. We hope you enjoy listening to these segments as much as we enjoy bringing them to you. We are definitely learning through this whole process how to record, speak clearly, and communicate effectively. Ultimately, our goal is to provide encouragement and resources to homeschoolers, so feel free to submit any questions you have or forward a link to someone who you think might be blessed by the topic we are covering.
Here is a question about homeschooling young ones. How do I schedule the school day? This is a great question, and it really got our thoughts flowing. Today, and over the next few weeks, let's discuss those new and exciting early days of homeschooling. We will get into very practical ideas and suggestions about time schedules, chores, ideas for schooling older ones with babies and toddlers, the importance of reading aloud to your younger children, and much more. But first, we want to set the stage for this conversation by focusing on the homeschool journey as a tool for spiritual growth in your life.
Early on in my homeschool journey, I heard a teaching that comes to my heart and mind so often. We hope it encourages you as well. Malachi 3:3 tells us that he will sit as a refiner and purifier of silver. This is a beautiful description of God. We want you to picture what a refiner of silver does. A silversmith holds a piece of silver over the fire, actually in the middle of the flames where it is hottest, to heat it up. While he is doing this, he is ever so careful to keep his eyes on the silver the entire time. If the piece of silver is left in the fire for too long, it would be destroyed. The beautiful part of this process is that the silversmith knows that the silver is fully refined when he can see his image in it. In our lives, it is sometimes felt that homeschooling was the fire that the Lord was using to remove the impurities from our life. Homeschooling was the vehicle the Lord was using so that his image could be reflected in our lives. That visual of this process, this impure piece of silver being put into the hottest part of the fire with an ever watchful eye, was so helpful to me as I was learning to be a disciplined, flexible, patient, understanding, and wise homeschooling mommy. We would encourage you not to resist the heat. Know that many, many homeschool moms have gone before you. You are not alone. Even though some days in those early stages you may feel that way, God is really doing a beautiful work in you and your children, but it's hard to see sometimes in the midst of it.
Recently, I was speaking with a homeschool friend of mine who is graduating her oldest child this May. We were reminiscing about the days when our current teenagers were younger. We admitted that we definitely had days where we were envious of those moms that had put their young ones on the school bus and had the rest of the day to clean, rest, shop, go to lunch, exercise, etc. Well, if you've ever had one of those thoughts, friend, be encouraged to know that you aren't alone. These days of lots of little people in your house are long and tiring. Now that we've been at it for years and years and our children are older, we wouldn't trade that time for the world. We can definitely attest that it is worth the effort.
Remember Malachi 3:3. He will sit as a refiner and purifier of silver. Trust your refiner to work his image in you. We are excited to share some practical thoughts with you about homeschooling schedules, little ones, reading aloud, and more in the next few weeks. Join us next week for What I Wish I Knew, when we give encouragement to moms just starting to homeschool that have younger ones too. Thank you so much for joining us. We pray the Lord's blessing on you.